Okay, so hmm, let's see. So I should not be able to see the chat one because I'm the logged in user right now. Why I'm able to see this one? Okay, maybe that list is deleted and I can see here. And if I chat with myself, I should not be able to chat with myself. Let's try to fix that part. If I go to chat users and not chat user, chat.js, and I'll see if from user is equal to to user ID, I should go to the chat page. But here I'm not going. Let's see why. I'll do console.log of from UID and to user ID. So let's see what is the console.log of from user ID and to user ID. If I refresh and from user ID is this and to user ID is this. Why this is wrong? Okay, let's try again. Okay, let's go to home page. And if I click this one, I should see again I'm getting. Okay, maybe uh, the reason is that this ID is generated again because I deleted the user ID in the Firebase, and so this ID is generated again. So it's a new user ID. So if I type this as in the URL, then I will be redirected to the chat page. Because I deleted the user in the Firebase, so it generated a new ID. So it's thinking that this is something different user than the one which I logged in with. And that's the reason I am able to. So this part I think you haven't put in your code. So if you go to the component did mount of chat.js, I put this code, I take the from user ID and I compare with the two user ID, and if both are same, I am pushing the user to the chat page so that I don't want user to chat with himself. So try to put this one in your chat.js. Okay, now this chat part is seems to be working nicely. And if I go to home page, maybe I will change the looks for whatever it displayed. And let's try to find something I can display it. So let's try to figure out how to change the display. Okay, before changing the display, I will do one more thing, and then I will find the display thing. I will open one of the file that is called the functions.js file, and here I will write all the common functions. One of the function is distance, second function is time ago, third function is dynamic sort. Here like this I will create couple of more functions. So one of the function I will create is called as export constant process records equal to arrow function. Now what this function does I will explain you in shortly. So if I go to my results container, you will see I get something in the form of object, and then I convert it into the array, and then I passed array into the filter results, and then I passed into the sorting results, and then I created the pagination. So this part of the process, once we get array, we need to pass it into the filter, and we need to pass into the sorting results in every project which we do. So I'm trying to put these two parts in one function that is called a process record. So what I will do, so I will ask you the questions now. So first thing is I want to pass the filter items, right? So if I want to pass the filter item, what things I should pass in this function? What are the variables I should pass into the function? And then I do the calculation of this if statement, and then I will do sorting statement. So one of the field I will say, I want this my array. So just I will give one example. I want the array. So I will name it here as something record array. So first thing we want to pass is record array. Here it is named as my array, and here I will change it to record array. I don't want to keep same name, so it will be confusion. So one of the thing I pass record array. What other things you think we have to pass? For this filter thing and for this sorting, what other things you need to pass?
The criteria to filter it by?
Yeah, criteria to filter by, that is something like that. Maybe we can say I want to filter title, I want to filter description, I want to filter text. So in this project we have title, description, text, but in another project it will be different. In another project it will be different. So in each project it will be different. So we should be
Filter array?
something else, or filter array or filter fields. I will pass all the fields which I want to filter in an array. So initially it will be empty array, but I will pass it. Another thing which we need to pass is
Sort order.
sort order. So maybe that is called sorting field, or sorting, we can say sorting field. It can be, it will start with minus if it is descending, otherwise it will start with positive. And I'll check one of the sorting field. What other things? I need to pass this filter term also. Okay, so here I will name it as, so this I'll change the name to something called sorting order. I don't want to keep the same name, so it will become confusion which one is which one. So I'm renaming it to sorting order. I also want this filter text, filter term. So here I will name it as filter text equal to null. Initially it will be null. Okay, so I need record array, sorting order, sorting filter, and filter fields. Now let's write down this function, and so that we can. So either I should do this first or this first, it doesn't matter, because anyhow it's on the JavaScript side. So even I can start with sorting order and I can do filter text later, or I can start with filter and do sorting later, it's fine. So maybe I will do filter first and then I will do sorting. So let's do the filter text and then I will do sorting. So in the filter text, I need to take this record array and then I have to process like this. Like this we are processing. So, but before I process it, I should convert it into new variable. I don't want to use this variable. Okay, so this variable is something which if I take this variable, it will be taking reference by object variable by reference, and it will create some problem. So maybe I will create a new variable first, create a clone of the record array. I will create a clone of the record array so that this array should not fight with the original array. So to clone a variable, I can say var my array, my r equal to, I will do JSON.stringify of this record array, and then I will do JSON.parse. Once I do JSON.stringify and JSON.parse and I will assign it to my array, then it is no longer linked to this record array. So these two now are different array, different variables. Since they are different variables, now I can manipulate this array to whatever way I want. So this is the one thing I did. I separated out the things. But this main problem with this is not with a filter or sorting. The problem of this object variable by reference will come in the pagination. So maybe if I add pagination also here, then it makes sense to make this into a different variable. If I don't want pagination here, then I will skip this part here and I will put that part in the pagination. So right now I will first remove it and put it into the comments, and I will think if I want to put pagination here or I want to put pagination as a new function. If I want to put pagination here, then this will make sense. Otherwise, it does not make sense. So right now I will work without pagination and without this conversion. And later on, if I feel, I will put pagination also here, and I will use this method to convert the variable into another format. Now let's go to the filter text part. Now I have to first check if filter text exists. Tomorrow user does not pass filter text, and then I don't want to process that thing. So I will check if filter text is there, and this filter field should have length of greater than 0. The reason is this: if this is not greater than 0, that means I cannot filter it. Filter field should be greater than 0. At least I want one field which should I pass. Like here we have the title, description, filter tags. So like this, we need at least one field with which I want to filter it. So we should have filter text and we should have filter length greater than 0. Now here we are manually writing title, description, and all things we are writing in manually. But here we have to do dynamically, because this filter field will come in the variable kind of thing. We don't have the in hand what are the filter fields will look like. So like this, we did this one, my array equal to my array dot filter, and I will say record. Similarly, I will put it here. Instead of my array, I will say record array is equal to record array dot filter, and I pass record here, and I will close this curly bracket, round bracket here. So now here I will write some condition where I will loop through 8 and I will return true or false. If it is true, then take it. If it is false, then don't take it. So let's say I will say let results equal to false. Now I will go through all the fields. These are the fields. So I will say for let I equal to 0, I less than filter fields dot length I plus plus. Now before I proceed, let me put this and see in action how it looks like. So I will go to the result container and I will call the process record, and I will pass record array is nothing but my array. Here I'm using my array or what? No, I'm not using my array. So record array is nothing but my or. Sorting order is nothing but this dot state dot sorting field. Filter text is nothing but this dot state dot filter term. And filter fields is nothing but right now I will pass title and I will pass description and I will pass tags. Where are the tags? I will not pass this location kind of thing because it needs some extra manipulation, and we are okay with not filtering on this. We are okay to filter only in title, description, and tags. If I put 2-level deep, then the function will become little more complicated, and I don't want to make it complicated right now. And I will return this into a new variable called as maybe return var. I will put this in the return var and I will see what is return var here. So I'll say console.log return var is return var, and I will also check variable what is there in the my array. So this is I'm passing, and process record is defined in the functions. So we need to call it here also. So I will import it here. In the functions part, I will add the process records also. Now I will see what is returned here and what is passed into this function. Here in the end, I will return record array, whatever is coming, or I can, for example, if I'm saving it in this format, so I will return this myr. For example, I'm doing this one here now to make it more different. So I pass it record array and I will save it in my array, and then I will return it like this. Now let's see what is coming here. So initially I am passing my array as 8 kind of thing, and I'm returning 8 because I'm not doing any calculation right now. Right now I haven't done any calculation. So it's returned in the same way. Now what I will do, now what will be the filter field? See, let's see what is the filter fields are there. I will say console.log I is filter fields of I. Let's see what is the filter fields. I need to pass filter text, then only it will work. So for example, I say food. So once I say food, it's saying I is title, I is description. Okay, because I type many things. Let's type only one letter, F. Okay, it may be running multiple times. So each one is the one which I pass the filter fields. Filter fields is nothing but I'm passing here title, description, and text. So tell me now, okay, I will write down and then we will discuss a little bit on this one. So if I will say let str is equal to this record, I will say take this record and then I will put the filter fields of I. So what will be the str here in the first case? So in the first case, what will be the str value? I'm saying record. Record is nothing but this. Each row is called record. So I say record of filter field. Filter field will nothing but first time it will be title. Second time it will be description. Third time it will be text. So what will be in this case? What will be the filter fields? Record of filter field. What will come here if I put str? What will come here? So what will be the value of str in the first case? Here, this is the first case. What will be the value of str? When I say filter, when I say record array filter, that means it goes through each row and it saves each row as a record. And then for each record, I'm going through the for loop. For loop is nothing but title, description, and tag. So first time the title will come. So filter fields I will be the title. So what will be the value of record of filter fields I?
Indian food donation.
Indian food donation. This will be the value. Title is this one. So if I say console.log of str, it will take this value. Okay, so let's save it and see. If I say F, so you will see str is, in the first case, str is Indian food donation. So first I kept the value which is there in the title. Then I will do here, I will create another variable, let str result is equal to, I will take this value str, because here if we check it here we are doing record.title to lowercase. So we have to do lowercase. So I will say str dot to lowercase. It is similar to this part. Str is nothing but this record.title, and I have put it as a str, and I put it into the lowercase, and then I will say index of. So here I will repeat it, dot index of. Now if I go into the bracket, it takes the filtered term. So what is the filtered term here in this case? It is filter text. So instead of putting filter term, I will put filter text, because this and this are same. And here what I'm doing with the filter text, I'm converting into the lowercase. So here I will convert into lowercase, dot to lowercase That's it. So str result will be, I am comparing str lowercase, which comes from the record, and then I'm comparing with the filter text, which comes from the search box, and I save it in the search result. So if I do, so search result is nothing but this part. So if search result is greater than or equal to 0, then we have to return true. So here I will say, if str result is greater than or equal to 0, then I will return true. Otherwise, I will return false. And so it is same thing what we are doing here, but here we are manually putting each one, and here we are doing dynamically using the for loop. And first I'm saving what is the record, that is from the database, what is coming, and then I will put the results as database to lowercase, index of what user is searching to lowercase, and then I will check the result should be greater than or equal to 0. If it is greater than equal to 0, then we return true, and otherwise we return false. Since this is the record array, we don't want to manipulate the record array. We will use myArr because I saved into the myArr. So I will put it in the myArr. And here I will see what is coming in the myArr. So let's see it. So I will put F. So you will see F is generally in every place. So you are getting F, all the 8 results. So let's type maybe Indian and see. So let's see what is the return. Return is only 1 here, in this case Indian food. If I remove F, then return will be still 1. Let's do food only. If I do food, I get return of the 6 out of the 8. So when I do, okay, so when I this process record, it's properly doing the filter term, and it's also doing the filter text by using the for loop, and we are getting proper results in the return. Now let's try to do the sorting part. So for sorting part, we will copy this statement, and I will put it here below sorting. So it will be myArr dot sort. Since dynamic sort is inside this file only, we don't need to call this, and I can use dynamic sort directly. And what is the sorting field here? Here it is sorting order. So if I will say, if I have sorting order, then do the sorting using the dynamic sort and pass this sorting field, whatever sorting field I mention it here. So it will go and pass it like this. Now let's try to do the sorting field here. So it is same sorting field. I get it from the variables. Now let's try this on the here. I will change this to, let's say, title descending. So you will see title should be descending here. It's calling hello world, and then it is calling Chinese food because it's going descending. Let's say if I do ascending, then it's saying Ambi post Indian food, so it's ascending in the order. So what we did, we passed the sorting field, filter term, and what we are trying to filter inside this function, and function does proper filtering, and it does proper sorting and returns the array. So let's try to do this one, and then we will see what we can do now. So put this var, return var. So what I will do now, I will try to delete this part. I don't need this part till the sorting. We need this distance option. We need pagination right now because I did not put pagination inside that. So just copy this part and put it after the my array. So once you create this my array, call this line. And then go to the functions.js and copy this function and put it inside the below all the functions in the functions.js file. Okay. So now as you see, since I delete the whole part from the result container, the sorting part and filtering part, just delete that one.
We need to add process records on the results container.
Yeah. And delete the filter record and sorting because we are using this part. No, we don't need that one. Whenever we get results, we have to process it here. Okay, now if I try to do the filtering part here, for example, food, you will see there is no change in the results. Why? Tell me why there is no change in the results. Even if I try to do sorting, it will not work. What is the reason? So the reason is that I use this return var, but I did not use return var here in the here results or here. I only returned it, but I did not use that variable. So that's the reason it is not working. I will change the variable here, and in the final thing, wherever we are calling it, then it will work. So now what I'm trying to do, I want to put pagination also in this one. So let's try to do pagination also. So let's try to copy this part and put it inside that one. So here I will start pagination. So here it's saying max rows equal to 20. Let's say max rows comes in the here as a parameter. Let's say max rows. If someone does not pass it, I will pass it as 20 as the initial one. So let's delete it from here. So for the page we need the page number. So let's say page number comes here in the parameter equal to 1. That means if user don't pass it, we will pass the page number 1. And here I will use page number rather than the state page number. Start row is page number into max row. Max row is coming from the parameter. Total rows is the myArray.length. So total row will be nothing but this myR.length. Total pages will be total rows upon max rows. Total rows is coming from here. Max rows is coming from here. My array converted is equal to, it will take my array, that is this myR, and it will splice it into the start row and max row. And we have the pagination props with the active page with the page number. Page number is nothing but this page number. So I will remove the state variable here. Total pages is nothing but this one. On select is a function which will be passed from the result container. So I will create something here as a parameter. Parameter will be on select func. That is, it is a function. Initially it will be null if user don't pass it, and I will pass it here on select func. Maximum button is the hard coded value. I don't need to pass it. Let it be 3. And this all are hard coded value. Now I have to return this pagination props and my converted array. So to return this pagination props and my array, I can return it as follows. I can say object my converted array, comma, pagination props. Now this is the special string of the ES6 version. So let me explain you what does this mean. So if I have an array and if I have x equal to some let's say if I have a variable x equal to hello and I have variable y equal to world, and if my key is equal to value is this x, when I want to keep the key and value as the same name, in the ES6 version, I can only type it as x. When I say x, x is nothing but x is equal to hello world. So the key will become this x and value will become this hello. So if I don't pass anything that x colon x, then it is assumed that x is also the key, x is also the value. So when I'm saying my array converted, that means my array converted is also the key and value is also my array converted. That is, this is the value. When I pass pagination props, the key is also pagination props and value is also pagination props. This is only done in the ES6 version of JavaScript. Previously, it was not there. So now I will return my array converted and pagination props. And I added few more fields which I will add there. So when I go to the results container, I will add more fields here. So instead of max rows, I will just pass 20. Instead of page number, I will pass this dot state dot page number. And instead of on select function, we will pass this part. So this one will go to on select one part. Page number is nothing but the state or page number, and this will remain same. And since I want to return it into the, I want to use it as, I want to use it as my array converted and pagination props. So what I will do, I will say here, instead of return var, I will say constant. I will put the curly bracket, my array converted, pagination props, curly bracket end. So when I say this one, whatever is returned from this function, if it is my array converted, then it will save in the my array converted. And if it is pagination props, it will save in the pagination props. So since we are returning these two, it will be saved in these two variables. Since it is saved in these two variables, let's confirm if it is coming correctly. Console.log, my array converted is my array converted. Console.log, pagination props is pagination props. I will return it to see what is coming here. So let's see, there's error. So they're saying duplicate declaration my array converted. So in the results container, I have my array converted here also. I have my array converted here also. Two constants are not allowed. So let me delete this part. Nothing was written from the render. So let's see what is the problem here. Okay, so we have to return null, otherwise it will not work. So now my array converted is the array and pagination props is nothing but which was defined previously, it is same. So we are getting proper results here. So let me delete these two lines and we will see it now. Okay, now if I do filtering, I'm able to do filtering. Now it's taking from properly the my array. So now you will see that I put all the information in this one function, and now I'm able to use this function, and I might have many projects which may use these three things, so I don't have to work again and again to make it work in the other projects. I'm just testing pagination. Okay, so pagination is also working fine. So now go to the functions.js and copy this whole function, which I will give in the chat, and then we will use it. I will give you another line how to use this function. So next time when we don't have to work again and again on this filter part or sorting part or pagination. All are consolidated in one function. Now in your result container, delete the pagination part and update this function as this one.